Hey Globe Gang, it's Maisha back in the Globe's Beauty Closet for another Big Beauty Tuesday where we gloss, we floss, and we boss. And this week we're going to talk about denim. If you have not already figured this out, I love denim. I'm a huge denim wearer. I believe in it. And really, when it comes to American fashion, there's no more American fabric than denim. And yet, so often the people who really made denim what it is, that are really literally woven into the legacy of this American fabric, are erased, and I'm talking about African Americans, particularly enslaved African Americans. I'm talking about Caribbean people. I'm talking about Indigenous people. None of us really see ourselves in this story of denim that gets told over and over again by major American designers, whether it be Calvin Klein or Tommy Hilfiger or, Levi's. We're in the periphery, we're in the background, we're on the side, but really we are the foundation of this, just as we are the foundation of a lot of other aspects of American culture. And so during New York Fashion Week this year, I saw a collection that really drove home for me how significant we are in this story. And it was a label called Acorn. It is run by Miko Underwood. So this is a Black female run brand. Miko is a longtime denim designer. And she's also someone with a huge awareness and commitment to racial justice and to our history, and to really helping us understand our place in American history through this particular medium. So we had a chance to speak with Miko about Acorn and this incredible collection. So when I saw your collection, red, white, and indigo, I was just really struck. I thought it was so beautiful and so well done. And I love the way that you wove us back into the story of this very American iconography that is denim. So tell me where that came from for you.
I've been designing denim for about 15 years, a little over 15 years, and I've always been in the director role and leading brands and leading the vision for brands, and it's always been this very Americana, Western, and I never saw, myself or anyone that looked like me in the space. The only time is when we had the big movement of Rockaware and Academics and all these beautiful brands. When we had those brands, then you could see more of us, but still the story of denim, even that was classified as streetwear and urban wear. But the story of denim, it never wove us in the conversation. And so I wanted to tell a real, authentic American denim story. And that's where it came from.
There is an intrinsic link between the African American experience and cotton, for instance, which all denim starts with, right? And then indigo being a very distinct tie to Africa itself. I don't know, and also here in the Americas. And I don't know that most of us consider that, because like most things that have been appropriated over time, you stop feeling a sense of ownership over it when you see it everywhere. And what your collection really drove home for me was that part, that like, just like the country itself, we're in here. Like, we are literally woven into the fabric of this country, and all the things that you think are so intrinsic to the American experience. Was that your goal?
I mean, there was so much that we wanted to share, and we recognized that working with the director and who is my sister, by the way, Ebony Underwood. Okay. She's the founder of We Got Us Now, the organization, the social impact partner that we have. A lot of this started with my dad being incarcerated for 32 years now, and the story of incarceration tying back to enslavement of people. And there's been this constant thing of, dismantling families. We always hear about cotton, but we never hear about indigo being the hidden commodity of the slave trade, and how indigo was basically the inspiration to create these trade routes, to create, there was rice and sugar, but indigo was valued more than gold. And at the time, there was indigo plantations going throughout the Caribbean and all in South and Central America and all through, the indigenous land of the Americas. And when I say, I pay homage to the Black indigenous and enslaved Africans, there were Black indigenous people in America. My grandmother was a Cherokee Native American. She was born here, and this is where her land was, and my other grandmother on my mother's side, is Caribbean. And so I saw my own genealogy woven through this story, and I was like, this has to be told. It's not a Black story. It's an American story. This is our history. This is collective history. So it's really important to me to be able to just allow that opportunity to bring that light bulb on for people, because it's a beautiful story.
There are things that we don't think about, especially those of us who do it every single day, right? So I was absolutely transfixed. And I have to say also, not just the medium that you work with, but the shapes. The shapes were so gorgeous. So I want to talk a little bit about your aesthetic, I guess, in general. Like, you know, this is a different approach to jeans. And I'm going to be honest, I wanted all the things. This way that you're bringing denim into now, right? This way that you're literally pushing this history from then back to us right now. This literally a thread, right?
I think we can have voluminous styles that can work on all sorts of bodies and still be comfortable and functional and sustainable. And so to me, it's being able to have that functionality in clothes.
Yours was very much it was an African-American story, it was an Indigenous story, it was an immigrant story, all at once. For you, I guess I would say, why do you think people should still care about fashion and what we do, this aesthetic part of, you know, of America?
As an artist, I think it's our role to be able to imagine, reimagine, and create and project and showcase to bring the voices of what people often don't know how to articulate. And a lot of times we don't know how to articulate it through words. And this is why we use art. I mean, it's everything from music to fashion. If we have the platform to do it, we should do it very intentionally. I'm an American. I'm a Black woman, but I'm an American, you know? And so I want to tell the American story.
People should know about you. I love it.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we will talk again soon.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Take care.
Take care.